finalizing a game plan week and really focused today on our red zone game plan, and probably what I think is going to be the most important aspect of the game. Anytime you're dealing with a team that scores 43 points, you better be scoring points of your own. And in this game, I don't think field goals are going to be good enough. So we work primarily not only our first and second red zone game plan, but third and fourth down if needed. Defensively, same thing. We've got to be able to find a way to get a turnover in the red zone, hold this really talented offense to check, maybe bend but don't break. So we put a lot of primary focus on that today. Injury-wise, looking at Justin right now, probably doubtful for the game, not having practiced. It looks like everybody else is coming into fold right now. Jay looked good again today. Leon looked good again today. So I think we're healthy there. Offensive line, all guys are in check. So right now, pretty healthy with the exception of Justin, and hopefully we'll have him back maybe the following week.
What would Justin need to do to be able to have any chance to play?
I would be able to move around and violently cut like he does. He's such a violent cutter, and just has not been able to do that yet. So just being honest, I think that it's doubtful unless we come out here tomorrow and he feels wonderful. He's done it before, but I don't see it this time.
Paying a lot of attention to your scout offense. They looked pretty good.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job. To have a Josh Mortababy over there, a Bellis, a Trayvon Sidney, those type of a really good offensive line, scout team offensive line made up of all scholarship players. That's really the first time that we've had in a couple of years to be able to give that good a look. And I tell you what, the kids are doing a wonderful job of trying to help our defense with the tempo and really coming in and studying what they're doing and kind of learning their system so we could play fast and didn't have to hold up cards all the time. So credit to those guys. They've done a great job of making our defense better over the last 4 weeks especially.
This would have been a short week had it not been for the bye. Do you think that gives an advantage to one team? Would you like to see it, I guess, be uniform when you're going into like a Thursday game?
Yeah, I think, like I said yesterday, we're such dictated by TV schedules, and TV runs the monster. So sometimes you're going to get an advantage, sometimes it's going to hurt you. All of a sudden, it felt really short when we went to Stanford, got home late, and have another travel game to Utah, and it was a short week. And now we're getting the advantage of it, having an off week at home on a Thursday night, and having about 12 days to prepare. So sometimes you fall short. Sometimes you gain a little bit of advantage. This time we're on the front end.
What kind of advantage do you think, or what did you particularly gain the extra days?
By far, health. That Arizona game was a physical game. When we come out, we had some bumps and bruises, and to be able to get some of the guys that had played a ton of plays in the first 7 weeks, to be able to give them a little rest was extremely advantageous. And then, having 3 extra days to game plan. Was really nice to be able to truly study the ins and outs of what their defense and offense does. You usually are feeling like so crammed on a normal game week or a short game week that you're usually using a lot of the same game plan as the week prior. Now you're able to truly dive in and maybe show a wrinkle or two you haven't shown during the season.
From a defensive standpoint, how much has the work being done by boys in the film room helped the production on the field?
No question. We've really preached about being pros and about, when you see a pro, we actually watched the Peyton Manning NFL films, which was really neat about his film study and what he does, not only in the offseason, but in season, coming in on his off day and getting ahead. And it's totally voluntary up to the kids whether they want to do it or not. And you see them all the time up there trying to study their opponent, trying to get ahead on the game plan. And I think that's one of the reasons you see this team progressing. They really want to be a great football team, and to do that, you got to put in the extra time.
We didn't see Matt Bormister here the other day. Was that a class thing, or is he on?
No. There's sometimes we've limited his kicking a little bit, and instead of sometimes being out here the whole time, he actually goes in and gets one rehab and strength. And I think that's one of the reasons you see him excelling right now is not having. It's almost like a pitcher with a pitch count. You can wear out a leg, but also to be able to get him some extra strength is advantageous. And you can see 8 for 8 with kicking the ball out of the end zone. Hopefully it pays off again this week.
Speaking of pitchers with pitch counts, there's been all over the country. Last week, there's a guy who threw for 77 passes, a guy threw 88 passes. Is that the same? You know, you were a quarterback. Do you have to ice down after games when you throw a lot?
I would imagine, you know, there's different forms, and I remember Tom House, his philosophy of being able to put something back in, being able, whether it's bands, getting a little bit of strength afterwards. Some guys just want to rest, and some ice, you know, just everybody's a little bit different. I think it's, you know, I know Sam goes in and he's working with Dr. Meyer on his forearm or his shoulder stretching, trying to gain a little bit of extra strength, and you'll always see him with ice on too. But when you're throwing a lot of balls and you get that high pitch count, yeah, you have to be, you're not hurt, but you better put something back in, or you'll look up and you're going to have a sore arm.
Have you ever been in the game where a guy's thrown 77 times?
It's a quarterback's dream. I wish I was able to throw 77. I more only got like 12 or 14, but no, it's one of those things in today's football, especially with some of the spread offenses that are around. They are throwing it a great deal, and you know, it's not our MO. We like to be more balanced, but to each its own.
You were watching UCLA the other day, and they throw 70. Does that start you thinking, okay, this may be a different game than we were thinking about?
Yeah, no question. I mean, I think each game's different. I've always been under the philosophy that you have to have a run game, because at some point in time, I don't care what level you're on, that quarterback's going to have an off day, and it could cost you a game if you can't lean on a run game. You know, there's times that you know, it's just not there for you. As the quarterback, you make a mistake or two. Maybe they're showing something different that you weren't expecting. Maybe all of a sudden you're getting hit a little bit more than usual and you're throwing off your back foot. That's, as a play caller and as a head coach, you go, okay, hold up, let's run this ball a little bit. Let's take it out of his hands. Let him catch his breath. I think that's valuable to have.
Let's do one more.
All righty, guys. I'll see you.